Lessons, Life Lessons. It's been a long time since I've been on here. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my tissue expanders. If you've been following my breast cancer journey, you know that I had tissue expanders put in back in August of last year, 2023. I'm still dealing with having tissue expanders at this time. All these months later, one of them has deflated. I don't know if you could really tell, but this one here is deflated, and that one's bigger. I guess you could tell from that angle that one is deflated. I've been going back and forth to different doctors. Unfortunately, there seems to be no sense of urgency in either removing the tissue expander by way of another tissue expander or by way of doing surgery. However, the last doctor that I went to at I guess you could say a student hospital, I told them that I wanted to just do the surgery, but at this point I'm not really sure because he said that the only option I really had was the silicone right now because I was too heavy for the deep flap, which is funny because the first doctor that I went to, the one that I've had such a bad experience with, he actually pinched the fat on the side of me and was like, "You don't have enough fat." So I feel like he was setting me up this whole time to get bigger where that I would not even be able to qualify for the surgery. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, if you knew the whole story, you'd probably agree. But anywho, I'm sitting here with a deflated tissue expander. And the new doctor said that if I was to just go and do the surgery with the silicone, that one of my breasts would still be smaller than the other. And I was like, well, what if you just do them to the size of the smaller one? He was like, there's still going to be one, still gonna have one bigger than the other. I don't really understand that because I'm thinking, I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking that you could just make this one as small as this one. But obviously that's not the case. So yeah, this has been a very rough journey. I mean, I'm happy that I'm cancer free, but I mean, this is going on a whole nother year, and I had a doctor that was just totally, he didn't have my best interest at hand. And if he did, I wouldn't be sitting here in the situation that I'm in. I mean, he actually, believe it or not, broke the tissue expander because I went in his office and I told him that I didn't want him to feel it anymore. So he filled the one that I said wasn't hurting, and then he like quickly went to the other one. And I was like looking at him because I said I didn't want him to feel it no more. So he stuck a needle in my chest, and when he stuck the needle in my chest, it started bleeding. So I'm assuming, thinking back, if there's a magnet there and you stick the needle in the magnet like you're supposed to expand the tissue expander, even though I didn't want it expanded, it wouldn't have bled. It just would have expanded. But the fact that it bled let me know that you hit the wrong spot. And that's why I have a deflated tissue expander. He would never say that, but it's common sense. Like, you start bleeding and you ain't never bleed no other time. He's always got the mark right there on the magnet. Stick it in the magnet and it expands. But now I tell you I don't want you to expand it anymore, and you make it bleed, and then, like I said, I'm sitting here with a deflated tissue expander. So the new doctor said if I didn't do the silicone, my only other option was to get another tissue expander replaced. Now, my problem with that is I can get another tissue expander put in, and then what happens when something happens to this one because it's been in longer? Or if something happens to this one again, or maybe it will go fine, but it's still a very long process because you have to get the tissue expander filled. Once it heals, first of all, from him putting it in, I'd have to do that all over again. And then I would have to go week by week for him to expand it till it got to the size of this one. And then I would be trying to do a surgery, which they, for some reason, are not trying to do the D flap with me. I don't know if it's because my insurance isn't big enough for them, but every doctor that I went to, besides the first one who I said has been playing games from day one, everybody said I don't qualify. He's the only one that so-called was going to allow me to qualify. Yeah, he plays God. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just really, really stressed out about this, guys. I have a option to go ahead and do the surgery in April. It's like the second week in April. But I don't know if I want to be lopsided. I don't know if I want to have silicone. I know that that's not a healthy way. I don't know why they just can't do the deep flap. And, that's what I want, you know. And if I have to lose weight to get to it, then set a date. Tell me if I'm not at the weight, you won't do it. I mean, I don't know. But my journey hasn't been too well. So again, guys, this is life lessons. I don't know what to say at this point. I am very confused and I really don't know how I feel about these options that are neither what I want or what I feel would be safe for me. But I'll keep you guys posted. My feet are swelling. If you can tell which one is bigger. But they're constantly swelling. Mom, why'd you say that? It's romance. It's life lessons.